My work is really rooted in my experience growing up in Ohio, in an environment that was predominantly either black or white. And I was raised by Indian Muslim immigrants. And so my experience was moving between a lot of different spaces amongst black folks, white folks, South Asian folks who might have been Hindu or Muslim or Christian, and then being Muslim, being around Arabs and Muslims of other backgrounds. And so what I didn't realize is that I was having a very diverse experience, even though I grew up in the heart of the Midwest. And as I got into this work around diversity and social justice, I started to realize that I had a perspective and a lens on race and racism and communication and engagement across cultures and groups that wasn't necessarily shared by other people. And so I started to be able to facilitate conversations, help people see different perspectives that they might not have been able to see before. And I realized that that was part of what my gifts were and what my talents and what my purpose on this earth was about. While I was in college, I went to South Africa, and I was fortunate to be there when Nelson Mandela was president during the Truth Commissions in which racial reconciliation was happening. I was on a college campus that had only recently been racially integrated. And there was lots of people who were Indian who were brought to work on sugar plantations and railroads 5, 6 generations before. And I started to realize, wow, my own identity, I have some kind of racial place in relationship to that, in relationship to the way colonialism has played out globally, the way in which inequity has been played out. And then I was seeing a country that was having a conversation about the historical inequity, especially around race, and trying to reconcile that, trying to find a way to come together as a nation. And that really told me, hey, there's a way forward in which we can find a way through. And I also recognize that in the United States, we're not really having this conversation the way that we need to. And I started to think about how can I help facilitate that conversation? How can I support other people in thinking about who they are in relationship to one another? So what I feel like is missing in the conversation from my observation is that a lot of times we're not truly empathizing with the experience of those who may have experienced some kind of inequity or just experience the world in a different way than you have. And I think that needing to shift perspectives and validate experiences as true for other people, regardless of what I think, that type of deep empathy is critically important in our ability to actually be able to move through the barriers and the challenges and the resistance that we often find internally within ourselves. In addition, we need a level of self-awareness of who am I? Who am I in relationship to all these different kinds of peoples I'm encountering in order to have a reference point to be able to understand who other people are and why the things that are important to other people are important to them, so that I can learn how to navigate who I am in relationship to them and to be effective in those encounters and to really lift up other people's stories. So what I love about the work is that it's an opportunity to create a world that has never existed before. We're looking at complex challenges, complex problems. We're developmentally trying to find a way to navigate who we are in relationship to them. And then we're trying to create something that's never existed before. And that presents tremendous challenges, but it also creates tremendous opportunities to blow out the walls and the boundaries based on what has existed in the past and try to create something that we might not even be able to fully imagine, but I believe is fully possible.